Today on Discover Wisconsin, I'm hitting the road to check out some of the amazing places where you can sip, savor, and shop in Wisconsin.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows down, let's take a ride. The good land's great tonight.
This episode of Discover Wisconsin, America's Dairyland is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. Hey everyone, I'm Mariah Haberman here at Fromagination in downtown Madison, one of the state's premier cheese shops. Now, if there's one thing our state's known for, it's our award-winning cheeses. And today we're going to be heading around the state to show you some of the best places to take a trip to sip, savor, and shop Wisconsin.
Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah. First up, Clock Shadow Creamery in downtown Milwaukee. This cheese shop, attached to a working cheese plant, is the first urban creamery in the state.
This building is one of the greenest buildings in the city, so they not only get to learn about the cheese-making process, but they get to experience and learn about our green roof that collects wash water that fills our toilets, our geothermal heating and cooling system, an elevator that generates electricity, and a whole lot of other cool aspects of what we do here.
The building is one of a kind, and so are the specialty cheeses here. Quark is one of the signature cheeses that puts Clock Shadow on the map.
You know, we got to Milwaukee and people right away were calling for quark and wanting to know what it was and where they could get it, and there really wasn't any. So we started making the quark really quickly after we opened the cheese factory. They get an opportunity to see cheese being made most days of the week. We'll finish up usually by noon or so. We have our retail store. We have a variety of the cheeses that we make both here at Clock Shadow Creamery and our sister plant, Cedar Grove Cheese. And then a lot of products that you can use to pair the cheeses with, and you can get grilled cheese sandwiches.
And Bob is quick to share his hometown pride in the cheesemakers that have come up through the ranks.
We were really thrilled when we had our first Milwaukee native become a licensed Wisconsin cheesemaker, because other than me, I don't think there'd been anybody who'd been born here who was a cheesemaker.
Continue to savor some great Wisconsin cheeses by heading across town to the Wisconsin Cheese Mart and Uber Tap Room and Cheese Bar to experience a whole new level of our cheese.
When people come to Wisconsin, what they want is the Wisconsin experience. It's beer and cheese. And so being able to put both of those things together, we create that legendary experience right here on 3rd Street.
To find something that has this kind of crazy diversity, especially with like the hot selection, anytime you bring ghost peppers, anytime you bring sriracha, anytime you bring, horseradish, all of those things, it's just like my palate's tickled. Like, this is exactly what I look for, so it's pretty great.
The Cheese Mart is connected to the tap room, so patrons can sample great cheese and beer pairings, indulge in a grilled cheese sandwich, and even purchase their favorite cheeses to take home.
All of our staff here can tell you what beers pair well with what cheeses. You can even mix match, experiment a little bit on your own, maybe find a new pairing no one's ever done before. We have a lot of cheese, so you can definitely do it here.
Let's not forget dessert. Indulgence Chocolatiers in the Walker's Point neighborhood is a fantastic spot to try 2 Wisconsin favorites, Old Fashions and cheese, paired with decadent chocolates made with Wisconsin dairy products.
This is our pairing bar. So we have a rotating menu of wine, beer, cheese, and whiskey flights. And we'll take each of those items and create a chocolate to go with it. And we walk people through on how to properly taste those items together, what we were hoping to accomplish in the pairing, and hopefully just give them a fuller experience with our chocolate. We started doing Old Fashions and chocolate on a whim, and it's Wisconsin, so people love that. We're adding cheese to the mix tonight, so we're gonna have a series of 4 Old Fashions, each one based on a different spirit or Wisconsin ingredient. And then we created a custom chocolate to go with it, and of course, a Wisconsin-produced cheese. I had been doing pairings in the community for a while just to get people to think a little more broadly about our chocolate. And so when we moved down here, I was like, well, if any neighborhood is going to get and support this concept, it's going to be the Walker's Point neighborhood. Luckily, right off the bat, people were excited about it. It's just a lot of fun.
And there you have it, 3 extraordinary places in the Brew City to sip, savor, and shop for some award-winning tastes of Wisconsin. Plan your own visit to Milwaukee by visiting discoverwisconsin.com. Door County is a huge draw for foodies. You could easily spend an entire week sampling all the different Epicurean delights on the peninsula. And Door Artisan Cheese is a great place to start.
The concept that we put together for this was to have people come, enjoy themselves, learn and be educated about cheese making, the history of cheese making in Wisconsin, and to enjoy fine foods.
Mission accomplished. Door Artisan Cheese houses a creamery where visitors can watch cheese making, sample and buy cheeses in the gift shop, and then head over to the attached restaurant to enjoy a scrumptious meal.
We wanted to be able to let people know how important cheese making was and still is to Wisconsin. So we have a lot of interactive things going on with our cheesemakers, viewing cheese being made, and having that conversation with our guests so that they can get a finer detail of what it all takes in order to make a world champion cheese. We have our cheesemakers wired up with theatrical microphones so that you can go up to the window and you could ask the cheesemaker a question.
And if you time your visit right, you can take a tour of the caves and learn a bit more about the cheese aging process.
This is a perfect environment for us to slowly age all of our cheeses.
A day of touring is bound to make you hungry, so head right over to Glacier Ledge and enjoy a cheese plate or any of the other delicious items on the menu. After getting your fill at Door Artisan, head south to Renard's Cheese in Sturgeon Bay for an enjoyable family excursion. Sample some locally made cheese, grab lunch at the in-store deli, and then burn some calories on the attached playground.
We want the customer to come in and to taste the cheese and understand our story. We're mainly known for our fresh cheese curds every day, but we produce Bandage-style cheddar, Colby, Monterey Jack, Farmers, string cheese, and it's exciting to say that we actually have 50 varieties of flavor-infused cheese.
Equipped with a full-service deli, Renard's is a fantastic stop the whole family will enjoy.
They come to the store and we have video tours, or they can actually go on a tour and watch the cheese being made. So it is truly an experience and a destination.
Heading north to Bailey's Harbor, you can find a secret garden at Waseda Farms Market. Stroll the grounds and have your pick of fresh vegetables for a great feast. Then be sure to visit the farm's on-site market to buy some local cheeses to go along with it.
I think what makes Waseda Farms a real destination is it offers something that so many people are craving, and that's a good, authentic experience. People come to the farm and see how we raise our animals, how we grow grass and grain and fruit and vegetable, and it offers a real opportunity for great, fresh, organic, healthy food. I feel like I'm the luckiest man alive to be on a farm in rural Wisconsin that's working on dairy. Cheese is just like wine, it's just like beer, it's just like all the things, the foods that we really love, that it's super nuanced. It is fantastic to make those connections between our favorite wines and our favorite meats. There's always a perfect cheese that goes along with every single meal that we have, or every snack that we have. Yeah, that's really, really cool to make that connection.
Want to sip, savor, and shop with your family and friends? Head to discoverwisconsin.com to download a free itinerary to start planning your trip. It's a little-known fact that Greene County is considered the cheese capital of the USA, the Napa Valley of cheese, and the gateway to cheese country. With a dozen local creameries making some of the finest award-winning cheeses in the world, you can definitely spend a few days in the area and still not be able to taste them all. But we're gonna try, starting with Decatur Dairy in Broadhead.
Decatur Dairy's been here 45 years. People were asking us if we would sell cheese, so we started out with a little two-door cooler, and it was customer driven to this. We cut your cheese fresh, so it's locked to table. But we make an experience for them. We hope they're happy. And then the store here is designed after some of the stores I saw in Switzerland. So we give it a little unique flair with the brick and then the Swiss pine. That's what Decatur's all about. It's customer service and good quality cheese.
Not only do they make some great cheeses, they offer a scrumptious grilled cheese sandwich made on site that's arguably one of the best in the county.
It was kind of a fluke idea. The grilled cheese turned out really well. We do several different varieties. You can actually pick any cheese you want. We'll grill it and put it on a sandwich. So it's something that's really taken off, and now we've offered soups and mac and cheese also.
Decatur Dairy boasts unique, one-of-a-kind cheeses like Colby Swiss, Lacey Swiss, and Chedster, which is cheddar and Munster cheese mixed together. Be sure to pick up a few and let your creativity run wild while creating your own grilled cheese varieties. Next stop, New Glarus Brewing, where you can sip some of Wisconsin's most iconic beers and nosh on some local Wisconsin cheeses.
What we have at the brewery is a unique experience of being within arm's reach of the equipment and the people that make the beer. We don't run a restaurant, but we do have cheese and snacks available here. There is no more transparent brewery tour in the world, so it is a wonderful, unique visit.
Founder Deb Carey has worked hard to make New Glarus Brewing a destination worthy of a day trip. Visitors can take a self-guided brewery tour, enjoy some craft brews in the garden, and peruse the local provisions in the shop.
We included cheese in the brewery gift shop because, of course, we have lots of cheesemaker friends and cheesemaker neighbors. And we love cheese, so we had to have some local cheese available in our gift shop.
Enjoy a local cheese tray along with your beer and settle in. New Glarus Brewing is definitely a place where you'll want to relax and stay a while.
We're located uniquely in Greene County, and so there's so many wonderful things to see here. I mean, not only do we have the Sugar River State Trail, but there's all kinds of lovely little shops and places to eat in New Glarus. The cheesemakers are close by, and Wisconsin and beer, you know it goes together.
One of New Glarus's most iconic restaurants has to be the Glarner Stube. Focusing on Swiss foods and Swiss atmosphere, this place is a must-stop eatery when in the area.
I think the town does a really great job of promoting itself as a destination for people interested in Swiss heritage and Swiss cheese making. And the brewery is here in town. That brings a lot of people. And incidentally, they get to come and sample the fresh, great cheese that we have in the area. It's a big part of our success here at the Glarner Stube, being able to use these cheeses that are really so great and recognized around the world as the best of the best. We have cheese fondue, and that is local aged Swiss cheese that we use. We get it from the Chalet Cheese Co-op, just about 10 miles down the road. We use that cheese in our fondue, and we make a ruchti potato, which is a hash brown with Swiss cheese in it. And that's the same Swiss cheese we use in that, and also our Reubens, which we're kind of famous for. It all is a big part of our success.
When it comes to fresh, locally produced cheeses and beer, Greene County is a destination to add to your list. Head to discoverwisconsin.com to see behind-the-scenes photos of the DW crew. We're showing the northwest part of the state some love. We'll be at a cheese shop and then a brewery that not only makes great beer, but also awesome pizza, topped with Wisconsin cheese, of course. Don't go away. Although the northwest part of Wisconsin is known for its vast wilderness, there are still plenty of places to get your local Wisconsin cheese fix scattered throughout the region. First stop, Burnett Dairy in Grantsburg.
It's a good family stop because we have everything for every member of the family, from ice cream to candy to cheese, of course. The cheese curds are a real favorite with everyone in the family. I've had some families tell me they leave the freeway to come over here because their children want them to come.
Burnett Dairy offers a full-service deli that's great for a lunch break. an ice cream counter for a quick treat, and even a wine sampling bar to help you choose the perfect vino for your cheese.
We do a lot of cheese sampling. Every day we have something out. A few days a week we have several varieties of cheese. That way they can taste it and decide, And we use it in our sandwiches. And then we do wine tasting also on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Because the store is attached to the cheese factory, you're guaranteed that the cheese in the store is fresh. So try a few samples and then take some for the road. Either way, it's a win-win situation. Another fantastic stop on your tour of the Northwest is Lucette Brewing Company.
Lucette Brewing Company has been around since 2010. We started specifically as a brewery, a manufacturing company, selling primarily in the western side of Wisconsin with a little bit of self-distribution in the Madison area.
Sample a couple of Lucette's craft brews and enjoy a cheesy, delicious pizza in the contemporary gastropub.
In 2015, we added on to this facility and basically opened a pizzeria-style restaurant, so that way we could showcase the wide variety of beers that we make to our customers that were only familiar with a few of our brands. And then also to increase that experience, we added the pizzeria to make it a good family place to come. When it comes to what fits Wisconsin, I think our Muppy Pizza is the best representation of that because our pepperoni and sausage comes from Siler's Meats, a 4th-generation butcher shop out of Elmwood. We cook that up and slice it in-house. It's a perfect pizza.
And while Lucette is known for its pizza, one appetizer is vying for the #1 spot atop the menu, feta bruschetta.
It's a very simple recipe with a base feta. We add some cream, and then we whip it to a smooth consistency. We take those beautiful cherry tomatoes, some garlic, some dried tomatoes, and we process that together and mix it all up in-house. We put that over that base of that whipped feta, and it's one of our most popular appetizers.
Whether you're looking for a true Wisconsin-focused day trip or an extended weekend of food and fun, no matter where you are in Wisconsin, you're sure to find some of our award-winning cheeses. All right, folks, we have given you a few ideas for a small day trip or a weekend getaway to Sip, Savor, and Shop in Wisconsin. I'm Mariah Haberman, and I'll see you next week on Discover Wisconsin. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be eating some cheese and drinking some beer. So good. This episode of Discover Wisconsin, America's Dairyland, is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.